For those who don't know, what is Prison Witch? Because I know this is the third volume, but what is the pitch for those who don't know?
All right, the very short pitch is it is Orange is the New Black meets The Craft. A bit longer of a pitch is it is about a woman named Cam Rivers who she's arrested following an assault. She blames the assault on what she believes is a demon. She believes that she's possessed and has been for years. She's haunted by the ghost of a little girl who burns when she gets angry. So at prison, she goes to a coven of witches for help. And while there, they help her discover the truth of what this spirit is and how it might be, more of a part of her than she realizes.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on here. And then obviously, and we're going to dive into the story in a second here. I was just distracted by my dog, everybody.
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good.
Sorry, but obviously there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff going on here. And,
I mean,
you
they
know,
heard it. It's all good, man.
it's one of those things.
Yeah.
But where did this idea even come from? Because obviously we're dealing with prison, we're dealing with a witch, we're dealing with spirits,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of moving pieces here, and it's
Yeah.
a intense book.
Yeah. This idea came from my wife. We write it together. And one day she said, what if we do a story about witches in prison? And I thought about it and I said, Prison Witch, let's go, And and from that point on, we developed it together, mostly in text. I remember Amy would text me an idea for a character. Like she made up Rizzo, who is the coven leader. She's a green witch. And I texted back, how about Cat Lady? She is someone who she's an animal rights activist who went to a kill shelter and shot it up. And she's one of the characters now too. And
We'll talk all about this. This is fucking awesome.
yeah, so we were texting that way and figuring out who the cast was, and then things that happened via text. Amy would be working, I would be driving, texting while driving, and I would just shoot an idea to her, and she would shoot one back, and that was the genesis of Prison Witch. But don't text and drive. Text at the stoplight.
So let's even talk about this because there's a lot of shit going on here in this book. And so there's a lot of stuff going on with Cam Rivers,
Yeah,
who is sort of the main character. She's got the spirit Namba or Nemba. I'm not
no,
too
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
And so obviously what was this like building her out? Because she's got sort of guilt for having this. She's also confused
yeah,
for having this spirit. Bad things happen. She feels sort of cursed for having this spirit. And then something happens and she's sent to prison.
right.
And well, now she's thrown into a whole disastrous position in prison and shit's going down and a lot of moving pieces here with her. So what was this like really building her and getting her acquainted and
Right.
also meeting people sort of?
Yeah, the idea of Cam comes from looking at life, how when things happen to us, it's so easy to blame something external, right? It's so easy to say, this happened to me in my life because of this. I'm this way because of this. This thing that I did is because of this. The idea of Cam is looking at someone who has a major problem and putting her on a journey to realize that this is her doing and what that means for her. What is it like? Can you find peace through admitting that you might be responsible for the worst aspects of your life? And that's it. That's Cam's story, this radical self-acceptance and forgiveness of self by accepting your own flaws, and instead of rejecting them, nurturing them and nurturing yourself.